So I'd like to introduce, without further ado, someone who you all know, Dr. Sandra Steingraber.
What happens here, happens over there. I'm here because I'm a biologist, and I've testified at the public hearing about the environmental impact statement. That environmental impact statement has not answered the most fundamental question. Will the number of jobs provided by energy exceed the number of people it's going to kill? Right? We need to know the answer to that before we allow somebody to come in and take over our land. Why do we worry that people are going to be killed? Because you cannot do what energy is proposed to do without laying down a blanket of smog over this whole area. And that kind of air pollution kills people. Diesel exhaust and everything else is linked to stroke, it's linked to heart attack, it's linked to diabetes, and it's linked to preterm birth, which is a leading cause of disability in the United States and one of the most expensive medical things that can happen to you. It's the cause of asthma in children. $18 billion a year problem in the United States. So if you pollute the air by an explosive, dangerous energy project here, all downwind, children and pregnant women are endangered. I know this as a biologist. I spent the last 20 years looking at these kind of data. Are we going to let this kind of energy industry spoil the air on which our children's lungs and our wine grapes depend? No. Question for us. I'm also here as a mother myself. When I was pregnant, I received all my prenatal care right here at the September Hill Birth Center. My son was born in water from Seneca Lake. He was born in a bathtub. I didn't intend that. I just didn't get out in time to have him on my lap. So what flows through the blood and body and cerebral spinal fluid and the exhaled breath of my son, who's now 11 years old, is this place. This is his birthplace. This is the name of the county and the place that's on his birth certificate. That is a sacred place to me and to our family. I'm not going to stand by and let it be completely turned into a toxic dump for the bottom line of an industry that has no biological place in this community. So to close, here is a paragraph of the birth scene from my son in the book I wrote about him, Raising Elijah. I think you'll recognize the landscape. Getting from our house to the September Hill Birth Center, a renovated farmhouse next to the hospital in Montour Falls, requires a 45-minute drive. At the 35-minute mark is Watkins Glen. The road through this village passes by vineyards, dairy farms, bait shops, and offers a view of a waterfall-laced gorge. It is a tranquil place. The midwife met us at the door and led me gracefully to a whirlpool tub. Immediately, in the way the water floated me, something on the verge of unbearable became bearable again. Something on the verge of terrifying receded. Yes, I was truly in labor now, truly in it. Labor was a room with a ticking clock, a tiled wall, and swirls of light. Labor was a room, a shale floor of a briny sea, magma, pressure. I descended by braille, and I rose through the squeezing passageway of my own breathing. Labor was the sparkling lake called Seneca. I could swim a long way. And when it came time to push, I pushed hard. I needed to push, I wanted to push, and what other verbs existed in the space between needed and wanted, I did those too. And then he was in my arms, and the rain arrived. And somewhere in a nearby pond, frogs, like loose banjo strings, started twanging. The prophetic name Elijah seemed too peaceful for my son. He kept his eyes firmly shut, decidedly shut, as if he had not yet completely arrived in this world. But I knew my whole loved him instantly, hugely, and involuntarily. And I love this place hugely, instantly, and involuntarily. My message today to Energy is that